Hi, Batman. What are you telling yourself? They can't stop me, dog. Easy. Dirty, I can say what they want. They could never stop me, no. They could do as they please. They could never pull me, no. 'Cause I was born as a winner. I was born as a winner. Dirty, I tell me what you see. Now coming like you full of energy. All you can't tire. Bad mind, it don't walk in. When they try to get me fired. Oh God, that ain't walking. Try to make me home a living. Bad mind, that ain't walking. Why you be a man to me? But that still ain't walking. Give up now. Advice for you. Don't try me. I'm too blessed for you. I come from a humble place where Jaja watch over way. Dirty heart, you can say as you like. You could do as you please. But you ain't stopping me. No way you ain't stopping me. You could waste energy if you like, but you can't stop me. My youth, you ain't stopping me. No way you ain't. Dirty heart, you say what they want. They could never stop me, no. Oh, they could do as they please. They could never pull me, no. Oh, Lord, I was born as a winner. I was born as a winner. Dirty heart, tell me what you see. Now coming like you full of energy. All you can't tire. Bad mind, you don't walk it. When they try to get me fired. Oh God, that ain't walking. Try to make me home a living. Bad mind, that ain't walking. Why you be a man to me? But that still ain't walking. Give up now. My money's still making. You've tried for it.
A pleasant good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen.
I'm telling you now.
And how are we doing this afternoon?
It's like you win.
It is another class in session program with yours truly, Royalty James.
As you like, you could do as you please. But you ain't stopping me. No way you ain't stopping me. You could waste energy if you like, but you
Happy new month to each and every one of you guys.
no way you ain't. Dirty, I can say what they want. They could never stop me, no. No, they could do as they please. They could never
Wherever you are right now in Grenada, Carriacou, Pity Martinique,
win.
tag somebody.
Dirty,
Let them know
see.
that class is in session.
All you can't tire. Bad mind, you don't walk it. When they try to get me fired. Oh God, that ain't walking. Try to make me home a living. Bad mind, that ain't walking. Why you be a man to me? But that still ain't walking.
To the persons over on my Facebook page, good afternoon to you. Go ahead and share the live or tag somebody. To the persons on my YouTube page, you can do the same.
Dirty, I can say what they want. They could never hold me down. No, they could do as they please.
Good afternoon to you, Miss Marilyn Ferguson.
'Cause I was born.
I realize you're on both ends of the kitchen. Huh?
Dirty, I tell me what you see.
Good afternoon to the persons that are both on my Facebook and my YouTube page. You guys are special, man.
Fire. That still ain't walking. Try to make me home a living. That ain't walking. Why you be a man to me? I get tripped.
So yes, ladies and gentlemen, we want to again officially welcome each and every one of you guys to another class in session program. Another wonderful, wonderful evening here. We are going to be having our usual conversation on a political basis, on a political front. And so we invite each and every one of you guys to invite somebody, let them know that, you know, we're here. We're here for another class in session program. All right. Just for update and information as to what is our plans for the upcoming days and weeks ahead. Don't forget the New National Party River Sally Support Group. They're doing a luncheon again on the 9th of November. Yes, 2024. They'll be at the basketball court in River Sally. Yeah, chicken $15, pork $20, and fish $20. Based on information, the zonal meeting for St. Mark's, which was postponed, will be held again, or will be held not again, but it will be held, I think, Sunday coming, right? Just stay tuned for the information as to, you know, what we would be giving and what we would be disseminating to you guys, right? Now, ladies and gentlemen, I know many of you guys might be asking as it relates to the planned events that the New National Party do have coming up. Tomorrow, please the Lord, I'll make it my duty to ensure to outline all the events. However, I know on the 30th, there will be an award ceremony. Somebody said they're hearing me kind of low. I wonder why I'm hearing myself so loud in my headphone. Somebody said I'm very low. I wonder why. My headphones are all the way up. My headphones are all the way up. I don't know. They're saying to me that I'm kind of low. What about now? You guys are hearing me now? What's about the volume now? I know since the other day persons are telling me. All right, I think you guys should be able to pick it up right now. I think you guys should be hearing better now. Yeah, I just realized that this knob here. What's about now? You guys are hearing me clear now? Because I did lift the volume. I'm actually hearing, yes, persons are saying that they're hearing me because I'm actually hearing it in the headphone a little better now. All right. So you guys are hearing me better now, right? All right. So good. So the information that I was giving, tomorrow, please the Lord, I'm gonna ensure that, I'll give you guys information as it relates to the party events that are coming up. I know there is an award event that is coming up on the 30th of November. Then we have a massive rally. Then we have a green day. As it relates to the dates and so on, I'm gonna give you guys the dates and so on. So stay tuned and be part of the program. All right, and we would get there. People, I'm ready to start the conversation. Yeah, and I'm sorry for those of you guys who may not enjoy this piece in the program, but I have to do this. I have to do this because and that was not part of my program until somebody sent it to me today. Yeah, and once persons within the classroom would have noticed that there are persons that are infringing on the teacher or the principal, they're going to link me up. They go say, listen to me, this is what I heard. But they sent me this today, ladies and gentlemen. So I just want to start to this. It was really not part of the planned program, but let me just play this for you guys. Hold on, let me ensure that I get it, and the volume is up. Hold on, wait. And to ensure that I get it and you guys hear everything that is being said. Right? So the speaker is up. Right, listen to this.
Look at the broader picture here. You have NNP, the New National Party, and look at the people who are surrounding themselves with that organization. Look at the people, right? Sheldon Scott, for example, we know what he did to this country, right? Taxpayers are still hurting. You have this Prince James guy. He was once in the Royal Marine Police Force. We know what happened and why he's no longer there. But he's on a platform speaking for the opposition forces. Right? Same thing with Sheldon Scott. Then you have this guy.
Now, ladies and gentlemen, I play this because I had to address this. I play this because I want to address this. Now, let me just put this out there. Kem Jones is basically mentioning persons in whom the opposition are basically affiliating themselves with. For those of you guys who are in the back of the class or outside the class looking through the window, let me give you guys this message to drop for Kem Jones for me. Kem Jones is of no standard in Grenada, Carriacou, Petite Martinique to speak to anybody that is affiliated with the opposition within the state. None of us. If you go to Mr. Pay has served this country for years. If you go to Carl Caton was a diligent police officer for years. Myself, who served for 12 years as a police officer. Sheldon Scott, who have served even within the parliament of the state. Excuse my language. So who the ass is Kem Jones? You are known in Grenada to be on the backs of poor people, being on your program, begging people, and you're talking about who the opposition parties affiliating themselves with. Kem Jones, you have any standard to me? Publicly, I'm making this statement. Kem Jones, you have not walked basically 14 days of your life I am certain at this stage that you have not, as a young man, made your full contribution to NIS. You have not worked a day in your life diligently within the state. You are of no standard when it comes to speaking to anybody within the state. You are what we consider a white-collar beggar. That's what you do. We have in the state accepted your jackassery and understand that you cannot get better. There is no way you could get better. So we have accepted the fact that you're an ass. So ain't nobody here go be beating table with you. You're a beggar. Yeah? That is what the state knows you as. You're a political beggar. We were together as youth parliamentarians within the state. Young men around the New National Party. And I can call many other names that grew up basically around the NNP thing. We left around politics and we went to find ourselves jobs within different places within the state. Many of us left the footstool of politics. You remain there, and the only reason why you left or they push you out as an NNP is because you too beg. Because as a young man, you didn't want to take the opportunity to get your ass off the couch. But instead, you were just the skin in your ass and smell it. You cannot speak to nobody within the state, Ken Jones, about who affiliates themselves. There are people that the National Democratic Congress have within the cabinet. Within the cabinet, who are fraudsters, thieves, con men. You talking about who the NNP affiliating themselves with? There are ministers of government who have accepted that they would have embezzled thief thing. So when you come talking about about Sheldon Scott and taxpayers' money, at this present time, what Sheldon Scott would have done or have done, wait until the numbers are called even different, because by now it should be in the millions. Young man like you, 14, 13 years now, you're sitting behind a desk and begging people to support what? A political conversation. The NDC has always stated they have not affiliated themselves with you. So if the NNP affiliate themselves with me, I'm happy. Because for years, the statement that the National Democratic Congress always said is that they are not affiliated with you in any way. Catch yourself, boy. Catch yourself. You're a drunkard. You're an alcoholic. I do this program here and other than this program, I'm employed elsewhere. I find myself around Christmas time dressing like a Santa Claus to make an extra dollar because I understand how it is to make your backbone you for what you have to get. Instead, you're there begging poor people. All the years you are making the monies on your program is the seed program monies that we were giving old people and you're begging for it. At the end of the day, you boy cannot speak to me in no way or standard or form. I have only started this program just about a year ago. How long have you been doing this? We still paying bus. You don't own a vehicle. You're of no standard to me, young man. And I shouldn't call you young man. Boy, you're of no standard to me. If Mr. Scott and them want to address you, that's their business. You're a waste of human resource. You have not contributed to state and state development in absolutely no way, Kem Jones. You come in with your one talk about what? Police force. I went in as a police officer and trained as a police officer. My decision to tender my resignation is in my own business. I didn't get a buy. When I joined the police force in 2006, it was the NNP in power. I didn't call nobody and say, give me a buy to go inside it. Your name is affiliated with everything wrong in the state. From alcohol to prostitution to whatever it is. Take it easy with me, boy. I am not one of the easy mountains to climb. You know me, and you know me well. Don't let me push in your flash drive. Because your only conversation about police force and police force, there is more to you than people know. The many persons who have not reported your sexual assault and behavioral pattern is because they're feeling sorry for you. Take it easy. Take it easy. And the mere fact that you call Prince James in my government name, I am in my right to address you. Because if you did say something else, then maybe I would have forgotten you. But when you address me by my government name, you're going to hear me. You're a drunkard. Finish your program in the morning, you go by the rum shop. You go from the rum shop, you go back on the program. There is nothing good about you, Kem Jones. There is nothing standardized about you. And nobody cannot use you as an example to say, that is what I want to be. What a panty, man. About who the NNP affiliate themselves with. Will all you forget? How Ken Jones didn't just forget so? Ken Jones, you almost end up in TAP. You almost end up in the school, in the home for the boys. You're a homeless child, thanks to Dr. Mitchell and so many others, that you got to where you at. You have no standard within the state of Grenada. As a young man, I am certain you don't have an NIS number. You make no contribution to state. More than a decade now, all people know you. It to sit on behind a program, beg and talk. Take it easy. I tell you all that. Don't call me name on all the program. Say what all you want. But when you call me government name, I in your ass like a tongue. Take it easy. Take it easy, boy. Persons who have been as your resident, stating they don't want to come around you. You don't even have respect for the people in your house. You don't even have respect for the woman in your house. Many persons, sometimes you have even they say they're not going by you because you don't have respect. You're a beggar. You doing some little girls trying to make some arrangements. Wrong tree. And to call me in the government name was the worst thing you could have ever done. You are a drunkard. You're known to be standing by the rum shop. And I could specifically bring anybody there. You're a drunkard. You're a beggar. That is what you are. So when you come in and talk about standard and who they bring themselves to, you better come in the class because I know you know her class. Take it easy, young man. Jump ship. Go somewhere else. People in the cabinet that's speaking about thief money for fall farm. Bongs check. People's name that is affiliated in that kind of common sexual practices. And they come and talk about who the NNP affiliate themselves with. Take it easy, boy. Take it easy. I don't normally address you, but when you call me by my government name, I will answer. That's the name given to me. So I'm sending back the message to you, Ken Jones. You are of no standard. Then that means if NNP is affiliating themselves with nobodies, you should be here. Because you are damn nobody. You are a nobody. There is nothing within this state that you could point your hand to that you could say to me, Ken Jones, that you are of a better standard than me. Look at me. Places where I'm going dancing, you can't go there praying. Hey, you're on the backs of poor people begging them. You're on the backs of poor people begging them. Take it easy, young man. Sorry, boy. Take it easy. Well, boy, girl, eat, school, total. I don't know what you are. Take it easy. Don't call my name in your crap. Thank you. Moving on diligently. And I did warn you guys I was going to get a little bit off script. So, don't mind me. I could get that way. I just tell them I could get so. I could do that. That and them I could do. I could do this thing and them. But I refuse to do it because I understand the standard of just coming on a program and talking politics, respecting each other's opinion. And you'd always hear me mentioning that, respecting people's opinion. When you want to when you're trying to assassinate my character, brother, I'm going to defend it to the uttermost. My kids are grown enough to understand what I'm doing here. So KKK, for those of you who understand what I mean, my friends would know. Keep yourself quiet, brother. Don't think I'm one of the persons who you will talk about and I will come on the program. Don't say don't talk to him. I done that stupidness. For you want to fight fire with fire, I'm fighting fire with fire. And tomorrow, to make it even worse, I come in and meet you where I know you must be, by the rum shop and tell you about it. My name though they on ballot paper in Grenada. You hear me? So when you start calling me name, you start going on a different level. When you start calling me name, you're going to get me to run out. Because I go run out heavy. Now go wash your ass. Take it easy with me. Take it easy with me. Having people get out of character for you. Anyway, back to regular programming as I said. So let us start our first conversation for today. And you see, they have made social media their front. And I've always said, and I remember an old police officer said that to me, that wherever you sometimes get a girlfriend, that is where you go lose them. Remember one of my old police friends saying that to me. And I believe social media would have placed NDC in the position that they are now. Yeah? And I believe that social media is going to take them out. Yesterday we saw something that arose on Facebook. And hence the reason why I said that when these people speak, you have to take it with a pinch of salt. Because a lot of the times, a lot of the people or the persons that they speak about, they don't usually get the opportunity to rebut. Yeah? Sometimes you see they posting with persons, oh, they did this for that person and they happy to have served this person or that person. And the person doesn't really have access to social media. So sometimes to rebut, it is difficult. But yesterday we saw the dear brother would have posted, Brother Williams would have posted, here remembering the times when I'll just pack my truck with hampers and distribute to the needy families. Never in my wildest dream thought I would have been involved in politics. And then somebody run out for him. And I quote, based on the status they posted. So he posted this. That's what he said in his status. And the person answered. The person answered by saying this: I don't like to come for people, but this morning a post was brought to my attention from the most honorable A.J. Williams, and I'm infuriated by it. They say, first of all, this was taken on December 17, 2021. In my, the person is basically saying, based on the work they do, in the philanthropic work I used over $7,000 to earn money to make 60 hampers to distribute to the less fortunate in my community. Mr. Williams, who was the owner of Hotspot at the time, and his assistant Annie is who I contacted, and those hampers was made. I also purchased 8 boxes of drumettes chicken at the time to go with the hampers. Each family on the receiving end got one. No, this isn't the first time he has posted this picture insinuating that he has done this work, and many people can attest to this because every time he has posted it, I've gotten a call. The first time I said, nah, leave it alone, but today I am responding. Honorable Minister, if you pack your truck and distribute it to poor and needy, then good for you. But you see, when my good deeds is being used to give misrepresentation of yourself, it upsets me. No. If anyone knows the minister, ask him to address this picture, because I have all the correspondence which I am not afraid to share on this platform. This was my hard work, not yours, and I am very offended by your post today. So this is Andy Williams, who made a post, and he posted stating that he could remember when he was packing trucks with hampers to distribute to the less fortunate persons. That is the post, and he has a picture out. And then all of a sudden somebody run it for him. They say, stop your stupidness. The person went on in another status to say, Andy Williams, you are a coward. Instead of apologizing, you decided to block me because I called you out in a lie. The sad part of it is that all people believe you and the lies you shed. You are disgusting, you are disgraceful, and you are despicable. Blocking me will not stop me from speaking my truth. You lied and used my work as something you did. When called out on it, that's the decision you made. Says a lot about your character as a person and a minister of government. Blocking a citizen for calling you out on your inaccuracy. I will see you in New York. I will be in the next NDC meeting, and you can block me to my face. Ladies and gentlemen, when I speak to you guys on this program, and I say to you guys that this administration is a headline administration, you're thinking it's joke. They are of the belief, and let me say to you, this advice is coming strongly from someone who has knowledge in social media or media. I shouldn't say social media, but media and media platform. They are telling these guys, post a picture, put up a status, make a video, and post it. Because their intention, ladies and gentlemen, is not governance. These persons have realized what politics is really in terms of what you can get. And their full intention at this time is to ensure that they remain in the coffers of the treasury. Many of them now are experiencing things that they have not seen or might have never seen in their entire life if they had not gotten elected. Their travels, the monies they're seeing, the resources that they have access to, the people they get to speak with, all this has gotten into the heads of these people. And so, whenever you hear them speak nowadays, their full intent is to remain inside of there. So they will post one house. One house. You see they post a house. And then they tell you, Project 500. But if it's Project 500, ladies and gentlemen, go on to the Ministry of Housing Facebook page. And after we finish the program here, just do what I tell you. Go under the Ministry of Housing Facebook page, and you will understand what I'm talking about. Because what you would realize that at this stage, you may realize that you're wondering if this is something involving the government. Because I am going through, no, and as we speak, I'm going through the Ministry of Housing Facebook page. Nothing here thus far, since I'm scrolling, has nothing to do with Project 500. The photos speak about the supervisor of loan department are passionate about, there's a vacancy they're speaking about here. Yeah. So my question, and the slogan there is building your dream home with the Housing Authority of Grenada. So, ladies and gentlemen, when you focus or when you look at the true picture of these persons and what they're trying to portray to Grenadians and what they are actually doing is two different things. This person's full intent is to just have a face, always just be there. I am speaking now on just Andy Williams. But I have never seen someone be so self-orientated as a leader as the present Prime Minister is. I don't know how many of you guys had the access to see the page, to see the video where he landed with an helicopter. I think it was in Las Vegas or somewhere he was, and he landed with a helicopter. I think it could be Mount Morris also. I didn't find the proper location. Let me just say, this is an individual who's basically going into the establishment now of doing helicopter tours. And the Prime Minister decided, I am going to be the first person to be a part of it. If it is not Honorable Dickon Mitchell, it is nobody else. Somebody said it was Mount Morris breakfast. Thanks for the correction. This person's, even within the party, is not even realizing that this gentleman is not even seeing them. Everything within the party surrounds him. And I cannot understand why grown men and women, even persons who are expected to be experienced in politics, doesn't have a voice. Now I want to jump onto something, and I don't want to just leap from here to there, but I want to get this one out of the way real early. Right? And let me put up the disclaimer. This was not aired from my program or any program, but it's being used just for the point that I'm making. Yeah? So let me just play this clip right here. And I want you guys to understand, first and foremost, where we're going with this entire conversation now. Now, the National Democratic Congress political leader, I keep telling you guys, he's using his legal capacity to answer many questions in Grenada. And if you don't listen to him well, you're going to get caught in the web. However, on a program yesterday morning, this question was asked.
Yeah, now, Prime Minister, however, while you were in Nigeria, the Dangote firm indicates, and you did not say that in the press conference, but it came out in news stories following publications in Nigeria that said that they wanted to import crude oil from Grenada. I mean, Prime Minister, Grenada does not export any, they wanted to import those petrochemical products for Grenada, but we don't export petrochemical products. So how did this conversation come about oil and gas? And are you in possession of new information with respect to Grenada's hydrocarbon resources that you've not revealed to the national community that perhaps you want to reveal now on the Bob Report?
Well, first of all, let me make it clear that the Dangote Group did not. And if you watch the report, then you have to be careful about what newspaper people or news people say and what the company actually says. The Dangote Group itself did not, and I've not seen any publication by that group indicating that it was importing or seeking to import food or any petrochemical products from Grenada to whether it's Nigeria, Africa, or elsewhere. So I want to make that very clear. The Dangote Group has not said that. And we actually held no such discussions.
So coming from the Bob report yesterday, because that's the end of the clip, the Prime Minister is now saying that this conversation was never held. Listen to me. Something have to wrong some way. We as a people can't be accepting those behavior and thinking to ourselves that this is, he's the Prime Minister. And Brother Peter David, I believe, put it best when he said this.
That in our country, there is a creeping arrogance of those in office. So, for example, there's a project they have, the hospital project. Now, I don't know the details. And you know why we don't know the details? Because they believe we don't need to know the details. We need to demand of our government the details of what is taking place. And I want to warn them. You know, Grenadian people funny, you know. They with you one day and tomorrow you treat them in a kind of way. That is it. And I see even their own supporters are saying to them, don't develop that arrogance because you will end up losing power. But that arrogance is like a runaway train. It can't stop.
So Brother David placed it well. Because these people believe to themselves that they could say one thing today and then come back and say something totally different. Now, say to me, an entity outside of the state mentioned oil and gas. Now, let's put everything into perspective. Did you went to Africa? Yes, you went to Africa. Prior to going to Africa, did we hear any conversation coming from Africa on any conversation surrounding oil and gas? No, we never heard anything like that. So prior to your travels, there was never a conversation like that. Nobody spoke about that coming out from the Daguti or whatever is their name form. You traveled to Africa, returned to Grenada, had a press conference, and a few days after, the information was made public. Yeah? So, you went to Africa. We're putting you on the scene. You went there. Did you meet with the person or persons representing that firm that you have agreed upon? Because we have photos to prove. So we know you met with them. My God. You are now telling the general public that no conversation of that sort came up. Because I want you guys to make sure he said that, you know. He said no conversation like that was held.
I want to make that very clear. The Dangote Group has not said that. And we actually held no such discussions.
So wait. So these people are crazy people. So you went to Africa, and after you came back to Grenada, the Dangote group just decided, let us put out an article about the Prime Minister stating, or not stating, but let's put out an article stating about crude oil and crude oil conversation and billions of dollars. People, let's put sense into perspective. You visited Nigeria. You visited there. You met with the people there. So those two things are factual. We know that you went there. We know that you met with them. But you are denying a conversation like this ever happened. But they publicize that the conversation or the probability of the conversation being held. And mind you, hear what he's saying. That the article did not say that the Dangote or whoever group or firm did not say that. No, as I said to you guys, when it comes to these guys, they want persons to be very verbatim. They want you to use the direct words. But it's not what is being said. Sometimes, you understand me? Sometimes what a man saying is not that, as we don't say, not that you want to say, but that's what you mean. So maybe we can use the words directly that was used in the article. But what compromised the conversation is that you're saying that no conversation surrounding crude oil or oil and gas was ever mentioned. So are these people crazy? Are they just spontaneously coming about with such misdemeanor? Are they that malicious to just make you look bad as the Prime Minister? You're stating that this conversation of oil and gas was never a conversation. So where these people get this, where that conversation come out? I wouldn't surprise. I wouldn't surprise or be surprised that you hear by the end of the week or maybe very early next week that they're stating that is fake news and it is the NNP surrogates that are posting that. Yeah? Wait for it. Because based on what he's saying, the very first denial, is that you're stating that no conversation of that nature was held. Nobody spoke to you about that. And that this is not what they said. Or this is not what came out from the meeting. So where the conversation of oil and gas come out? How all of a sudden this is a conversation that has been up and about? No, we need to understand, ladies and gentlemen. We need to understand something. And I want to get really serious about that. Something ought to be wrong within our state. No, I'm going to be very honest. No, I have no problem. That's how I was grown. That's a discipline in me. And ain't nobody taking that out of me. Bro, if somebody's doing something good, I am not going to castigate them on the basis of, because we're not on the same opinion. I grew up as an athlete. So all my youthful primary school, I used to run in school. And when you lose, you lose. And you have to accept your loss. You understand me? There are times people push you in different ways. Let me say to you, and I'm hoping that he's listening. I remember me going on sports day, and my father was one of my biggest critics. Boy, you just eat so much of food, you're going down there to win in a race. And my mother was my biggest supporter. It's not a matter he did not want me to win. Yeah? But I had to improve me to impress him. So he would sometimes, and he's not doing it out of malice. Sometimes we speak things on this program and other programs and other platforms, and we're calling out the faults of this present administration. And there are persons that are accepting the behavioral pattern. You are not calling them out and say to your supporters or your ministers of government that this isn't right. There is an utter silence for corruption, malpractices, and idiotic behavior in the state. What I am saying to you, it was only right that the Prime Minister, after his travels, after having a press briefing, after the question posed, or even after the information was out, to please the people and say, listen to me, we have seen X or Y, we are debunking that statement, this is not so. But as Honorable Peter David said, these persons are so arrogant that when certain things are happening in the state, look at the teachers striking. Look at the striking of our teachers, or the action taken. Look at they please themselves to come and address the issue. We had 3 infants passing away at the General Hospital. As I said, and I continue to say, it may not be the fault of the hospital. But there are people in authority, ladies and gentlemen, that need to understand that there are moral ethics. And you always hear me preach that. You always hear me preach moral ethics. What is moral ethics? Ladies and gentlemen, if you see the pastor and you know you have a wife, you don't expect him to be in a band whining on a young lady. There is nothing illegal about it. He's jamming a 24-year-old. There is nothing illegal about it. Yeah. But the moral ethic about it. You walk into the school and you see the teachers teaching your children or your child, and they have on a leggings and they're printing. There is nothing illegal about it. But the moral ethic behind it is that this is not the way to dress. And so when persons in authorities fail to be empathetic and sympathetic, look at what have happened in the St. Andrews area. Our most recent homicide and murders have happened in the St. Andrews area. Because it started in St. George's. Remember all the violence and all this thing, the Gordon thing was happening in town. Now, if you're looking at it, and if you understand crime, you would realize there have been a shift. There have been a shift in our criminal practices. Nobody's addressing this. The last time we had a press briefing as it relates to the state and from the raw grade of the police force, I can remember it was sometime May of last year. How can we be in a society where even the persons who are expected to give us some form of comfort is not saying nothing? And then you see tomorrow something happens that may put a feather in the cap, they post it. Yeah? Something about a brand new house bill, you see they post it. And then they make a nice post up and comment about it, and then all they do is get that. Our media houses are failing to ask questions and get the proper answers. You see persons interviewing the candidates, the presidential candidates in America. How many times have they asked Donald Trump the same question? Would you accept that you lost the general election in 2020? And they're not afraid to ask it. They're not scared to ask it, because in journalism, that is what you do. You are there acting in the capacity of persons. And so when questions are posed, they can go on and on until they get the answers. But Dr. Mitchell, they all wanted to know his personal life, whether or not he getting divorced. That to all you was the importance of the state. But you're getting the opportunity to ask those people questions. Put them on the front. This is what we want to know. We posted last week and we've been speaking about it. Even an interview done by Sheldon Scott with the past Minister of Energy, Brother Gregory Bowen. And he stated that he didn't drop it for them, you know. He didn't just tell them what it is, you know. He physically went to get the documentation and show the documentation when it concerns the files surrounding oil and gas. After the Prime Minister boldly stood and said that after every ministry, every permanent secretary gave a briefing to him, and nothing about oil and gas was found. There have been about 3 or 4 interviews thereafter where Mr. Bowen stated that he went in physically and got documentations surrounding the oil and gas conversation. What have you heard them say about it thereafter? Because that's the truth. That is the truth. So, if they come and they say, well, you know what? We did get the documentation, or there was a representative from the past administration that came in and we did get the documentation. Don't you think that is morally correct? You don't believe that is morally correct? Don't you think out of moral that a man, a big man, a grown man, says, listen to me, I know we stated that this was the position when it comes to the oil and gas and files, but however, the past Minister of Energy came in and did that for us. Morally. Morally, you do it. But you don't do it. The Polish conversation about the Polish man and the cabinet conclusion, where is it? Where is it? Faith program. Yeah? What have we heard? So you see what it is? Whenever the conversation surrounds a headline, whenever they want to make the past administration look bad, they just give you a headline. Polish man, we investigating. Faith program, you have a lot of corruption, so we go lock up. Oil and gas, we don't get no documentation. All 3 of them have been debunked. All 3 of them. Every one of them have been addressed by the past administration, bringing proof that this is what is the truth. Brother Gregory Bowen, he's still alive. He's still in Grenada. He never run away. All the clips are being circulated on social media where he's stating that he went in and brought forward the documentation surrounding oil and gas. How many press briefing and programs? Watch him. He did all program now. All program he did about. The oil and gas conversation, since that drop, Brother Bowen came forward in zonal meeting on programs and said that is not true. I have went in physically and I got it for them. How many programs have they asked him? Well, we know that you said such and such after the throne speech and you stated that you didn't get that documentation. And however, the past minister is stating that he came in physically and got it. What is the situation with that? These are the questions you ask. Let us know whether or not the persons from the past administration were transparent in oil and gas. That's what we want to know. Whether or not they lied about having documentation. But anytime they find the truth out, anytime they find the truth out, they don't come forward. They don't come forward. And you see, and I tell all you all, read my mind because I was planning to close with that and you jumped the gun. Somebody and I'm going to read the comment, and I wonder how many of you guys know that. If all you know that, just raise all your hand for me, please. They say, so how the NDC General Council was so quiet, but the goons was all in NNP General Council business, and they didn't have a convention this year, but NNP business is theirs. How many of you guys know that NDC General Council was yesterday? How many of you guys are aware that in National Democratic Congress, yes, NDC had a General Council meeting yesterday that was held in Wester Hall Secondary School? I was coming to that. Now I have just about 4 more minutes. Where are the people that were comparing crowd and audiences? Yeah? Where are the persons that were saying, oh, NNP had General Council, and they... Where is the people that was on our General Council meeting? Well, maybe we go look the news tonight. We go look at the news tonight. Ladies and gentlemen, the National Democratic Congress have failed even themselves. Yes, they had a General Council meeting yesterday, held in Wester Hall. Yeah? Go on the goons and them page. Go on all of them page. Yeah? They didn't get the turnout they want yesterday, but we bingo boss. We bingo boss. Bingo was an open event. Bingo was an open event. No, I'm not joking. NDC had a General Council meeting yesterday. They talk about the meeting in New York. They say bingo boss. Ask them about the General Council meeting. Go to Facebook. Go to Facebook. Go on their pages. See how many of them post the General Council meeting. Go on it. I was coming to that. I was coming to that. So you see what is happening? Their people. Their very own people. Their very own people who studying them. And you know what they go blame it on? Bingo. They go say, well, Wakiti had bingo yesterday in Monrouge. I could be at NNP. And if Wakiti have bingo next to me, and NNP are meeting over there, so I'm going over there, so I don't go in Wakiti bingo. Yeah? I'm just saying. And everything over the weekend, he makes St. David, he tried to make St. David the attraction. He tried to make St. David's the attraction. I will give you a little piece that when he take the stage in St. David's on Saturday, listen to it on Saturday gone with the 50th celebration in St. David's. Listen to him when he take the stage. Listen that.
Good night, Virgin Parish. Well, it must be in the morning. Good night, Virgin Parish. All right, it's getting a little later. Good night, Virgin Parish.
So, ladies and gentlemen, this is your political leader. This was your political leader and Prime Minister, or the political leader of the NDC and Prime Minister, in his own parish. In his own parish. In his very own parish. And people are like, what you doing there? This gentleman, let me tell you something. You see the words of Brother Peter David? Don't take it lightly. Don't take it lightly, and I played the clip for you guys. These persons are arrogant enough to do what they're doing and don't give a rat's ass about what the other side have to say. They don't care. They're doing what they're doing, and that is it. And let me say to you people, that is not so. As I said to you guys, and many of you guys will remember, every week the past administration had a press briefing, or press conference. Press briefing, sorry. It was held, I think, every Tuesday. I'm subjected to correction. Every Tuesday. The people knew what was happening. Whatever was the conversation of the day, government was on top of it. We didn't have the social media presence during Hurricane Ivan, but during COVID, at one time I saw Grenadians use troops, because every minute you turn was some press briefing, something government going to talk about something. The people was in the know. The persons was aware as to what was taking place in state. How many times have we heard things that are happening as it relates to the privatization or the statutarization of the general hospital? We heard it. We just hear it. Government didn't disclose it, you know. I remember when it was posted, one of the government ministers said below it was a lie. So how are we working with an administration in that manner? How are we going about doing this? These persons are simply, you hearing things on the sidewalk, and then they just come and say, yes, that is so. Without even addressing, and sometimes it's 2-3 weeks. Two, 3 weeks sometimes, and then they addressed it. We had the escaping of prisoners here, the allegation of a murder. The Prime Minister come and tell the Grenada he don't want to promote it. He not to talk about it because he don't want to promote it. And then the Commissioner of Police say whatever is the investigation is not within his pay grade. Two leaders. Minister of National Security, the overseer in terms of national security. A probable stealing, escaping of prisoners, murder, that even trickled on to our neighboring island. And then the Prime Minister says, well, it's not something to promote, it's not something to promote. And then the Commissioner say, well, that is not within my pay grade as it relates to the investigation, how the investigation is going. So you don't see we in a bad state. I think Minister Kieran James was made or given some position on Facebook. Today I see it about 3 places. 3 places. They shine it like wildfire. How she get this a little position to be, maybe to take the minutes. Yeah? To take the minutes. Ladies and gentlemen, this brings me to the end of today's conversation. And again, I want to apologize to many of you guys how I started. Yeah, I started a little fire. I started a little fiery. And I got to get the message across. Yeah? Let's talk politics. Let's talk people name and ballot paper. But see, when you're going on program and call me in my government name, you're calling me Sogwansa. Yeah? You're calling me Sogwansa. Once you call me, I go answer. That's how I'll start. Once your name is called, you answer. So I responded in a manner that is convenient to me. It's convenient to me. Ladies and gentlemen, it was a pleasure starting the week with this conversation, and there will be more to come. As I said to you, let's get ready first and foremost as we end the year, to celebrate the 40 years of our political organization. There's a list of events that will happen for the end of the year. And so tomorrow I'm going to give you a breakdown as it relates to that. To the persons in St. Mark's, we should be there in zonal meeting on Sunday at the Bonaire Government School. It was postponed earlier on in the month or last month, sorry. And so we're coming to St. Mark's on Sunday, right? So we're going to keep you informed. We're going to keep you updated. Remember, ladies and gentlemen, the mission right now, the rescue mission process right now is to ensure that we disseminate information, yeah, that is showing the new voters what the political organization of the New National Party has done within the state, the transformation that we have done within the years. Yeah, I know many of you guys tomorrow will be glued to the election and the election results in the United States. I am going to reveal it openly now. I want to extend congratulations in a very early way to Kamala Harris. It is for me a black recognition. That is my main focus, not just that. Then again, she's the first woman, so I know for a fact Kamala Harris is going to win the election tomorrow. I know that for a fact. Yeah? Don't ask me how. I know that for a fact. Yeah? So I believe she could do it. I do believe that she's good. She could do it, but wow, boy. Mr. Trump is looking good. He's really looking good. We cannot pretend like he's not. Yeah? We really can't pretend like he's not. But time alone will tell. I think we are less than 24 hours away. So by tomorrow, this time, I know many persons, I would be leaving the program tomorrow and rushing home for the what from we're gonna be blue tomorrow just for tomorrow. I think we're gonna be blue. I think and I respect everybody who's Donald Trump fans. Yeah. the Trump fans on the program. You know, you guys have a fair chance, just like we do. I'm saying tomorrow I'm gonna be blue tomorrow. I can tell you that I am blue tomorrow. I just love I love the charisma of Miss Harris. Yeah, I love the charisma of her. She's really, to me, a Caribbean politician. Yeah, I think she's a Caribbean politician when you look at it in some sense. She kind of look like somebody here, you know. Yes, so I want to say that I wish her all the best. I wish her all the best, and I wish the entire team all the best. Yeah, but again, we have our very own business, our state, to deal with. I want you guys, as I said, to continue to be in and around the party and the party's affiliation. Don't be perturbed by the nonsense that I hear most of you all sometimes just promote and ask and so on. You need to understand what is the agenda of the other side. Yeah, let's not promote what they're promoting. Let's not focus on what they're focusing on. And let us focus on building the political organization, which is the New National Party. All right? So with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, have yourself a wonderful evening. We will see you again tomorrow right here. My name is Walter James, signing out for another wonderful, wonderful day.
It starts with an
Hi,
M
Batman.
and ends with a.
What are you telling yourself? You can't stop me now. Easy. Dirty, I can see what they want. They could never stop me now.
Good night, Virgin Paris.
Please, they could never pull me now.
Well, it must be in the morning. Good night, Virgin Paris.
Dirty, I tell me what you see. Now come in like
Getting a little bit. Good night, Virgin Paris.
but mine is not walking. They try to get the fire. Oh God, that ain't working. Try to make me home and live you know you're still waiting. I'm telling you now that this thing ain't working. It's like you inherit dirty hearts. You can say as you like, you could do as you please, but you ain't stopping me. No way, you ain't stopping me. You could waste energy if you like, but you can't stop me. My youth, you ain't stopping me. No way, you ain't. Dirty hearts can say what they want. They could never stop me, no. They could do as they please. They could never pull me down. I was born as a winner. I was born as a winner. Dirty hearts, tell me what you see. Now coming like you full of energy. All you can't tired. Bad mind, you don't walk it. When they try to get me fired, oh God, that ain't working. Try to make me home a living. Bad mind, that ain't working. Why you be a man to do me? But that still ain't working. Dirty, I can say